In April 2023, a newborn named Ziriniais was delivered at Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies in Orlando, Florida. His parents, Kayla Meadows and Jay Michael, had carefully prepared for his birth, submitting legal notices and birth directives to preserve their rights and guide medical decisions. They entered the facility under private status, asserting their rights under state and federal law, including the right to informed consent, refusal of unnecessary medical interventions, and notice of parental authority. From the outset, Kayla and Jay Michael made their expectations clear. They notified staff of their child's condition, trisomy 13, and their intention to direct care through informed dialogue. Legal notices including My Birth Rights, Affidavit of Replevin, and a durable power of attorney were submitted. Among the concerns addressed was the hereditary nature of the mother's allergies, particularly to medications such as cephalexin, a fact disclosed to hospital staff in advance. During a routine visit to the NICU, Jay Michael expressed concern about his son's breathing. Based on his knowledge and research, he explained to the medical team that surgical procedures often lead to increased fluid production in the body, which poses a respiratory risk if the patient remains in a flat position. He professionally and clearly requested that the infant's bed be inclined to reduce this risk. The recommendation was not acknowledged. Upon returning the next day, the child was still resting in a horizontal position. By then, preventative antibiotics were administered, including cephalexin, which the parents were not informed of beforehand. As concerns about treatment decisions mounted, so did resistance from hospital staff. Reports indicate that staff members were observed gossiping about the family and projecting suspicion about their involvement, despite no evidence of wrongdoing. Shortly after this, the hospital contacted the Florida Department of Children and Families, DCF, initiating a process that sought to interfere with the parents' custody. Documents show an attempt was made to obtain a warrant to remove baby Jesus from both parents. Though unsuccessful, the hospital and DCF implemented a system of separation, severely limiting parental access for 45 days. On May 7, 2023, the hospital notified Kayla Meadows that her son's condition had worsened and intubation was necessary. The parents had previously requested this intervention during prior consultations, but the hospital delayed action. When Kayla arrived, she was told she could hold her son, but only if the father, Jay Michael, did not appear. The child died soon thereafter in the facility. In the aftermath, civil and criminal complaints were filed by both parents. Among the documented allegations were medical malpractice, violation of informed consent, cruel and unusual punishment, parental alienation, racial and socio-political discrimination, and coercive use of DCF to subvert lawful custody. Cited legal bases include Troxel v. Granville, Cruzen v. Director, Missouri Department of Health, and federal statutes under 42 U.S.C. sections 1983, 1985, and 1986, alongside 18 U.S.C. section 1584, addressing involuntary servitude. In addition to the legal filings, it was noted that after attorneys were notified of the father's desire to stand independently without legal representation, interest in the malpractice case ceased, suggesting coordinated resistance rather than advocacy. A personal friend of Jay, Michael later disclosed that he experienced a similar tragedy at the same hospital 1 year prior. His child, born prematurely at 6 months, as his wife was forced into delivery, only to be met with a fatal lack of equipment. The hospital claimed they had no incubator small enough to save him and told him to sign their waiver, then left cold-heartedly as he and his wife wept. This raised further concern that such tragedies were not isolated incidents, but part of a disturbing trend disproportionately affecting Hispanic and melanated families. The story of baby Meadows Guzman is not just personal, it is systemic. It is about the misuse of public systems to silence informed parents and the institutional failure to honor consent, culture, and constitutional rights. Kayla and Jay Michael continue to seek accountability through public and private legal channels. Their case serves as a call to review medical records, evaluate hospital procedures, and demand transparency from both medical and governmental institutions. Justice is not a privilege. It is a right, one that cannot be denied by protocol or prejudice.